This is my audience. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Currently, I am a freshman in college, and I did not realize how expensive college was until now. The meals, the tuition, the housing, and the worst of it all, the textbooks. College was the first time that I was ever asked to pay for my own textbooks, and looking at the prices, it was something that I didn't even want to pay for. It was something that I was caught off guard about, because the elementary, middle, and high school days of textbooks were just always being provided for us. Especially after just paying for your expensive tuition, you see that these books altogether come out to around $500 to $1,000, which is really frustrating. It's sad that these books have become a financial concern rather than graduating on time. This being said, I think that college textbooks should be free or at least a part of our college tuition. Here are the main reasons why. 1, we are already paying for the rising cost of tuition. 2, sometimes some of these books aren't even used throughout the semester. And 3, I think that it would be smart to pay for them all together rather than separately. Here is my first reason. Every student works hard enough to even afford college, or if they're fortunate enough, their parents will support, though they shouldn't be worrying about college textbooks as well. Going to college is an excitement for the future. It is to study the content that is going to help you pursue what you want to become or further do. The cost of books should not hold back students' dreams. According to U.S. News, books have increased 82% in the last 10 years. This is absolutely insane. Finding ways to pay for the rising cost of tuition is already hard to bear, and having a rising cost for college textbooks doesn't even seem fair. We shouldn't have to be paying for textbooks when they are already overwhelmed with the cost of tuition. I think that if students saw that the cost of college altogether wasn't so high, they would put college into more consideration for their future plans. These extreme prices should not determine whether or not a student wants to go to college. This is a dream being unfulfilled, and that is devastating because we are the future and the generation who are going to become role models and represent politics, nursing, criminal justice, and more. Therefore, the textbooks should just already be included rather than paying separately. My second point is that sometimes books aren't even used throughout the semester. You only really find out if you need the book once the professor says so. Usually people buy their books before school even starts, and this may be a letdown when the professor says something like, "Well, I hope you didn't buy this book because we really won't be needing it." That just burns my fire. According to College Board, only 48% of students said that their books made an impact in their studies. This should not be the number when the cost of books is this expensive. The numbers should be way higher, as the books we are paying for are supposed to be useful and impactful to help with our context. My third point is that instead of paying for tuition and college textbooks separately, I think that it would be smarter to have to pay for a tuition and college books all together. When choosing a college, the cost of tuition is usually what students look at to put into consideration. Though when they find out that they have to pay for college textbooks right before school, this is a major letdown. Therefore, a solution to prevent this letdown from happening is that colleges should provide a range of prices that includes both tuition and college textbooks for their particular majors. It may be possible that some majors may be costlier than others because of the type or number of textbooks that they need. Though, this is important to take into consideration because it can help provide an estimate of the actual overall price of college. I just stated why I feel like college textbooks should be free, and this is because 1. Students and parents are already struggling to find the money for tuition. 2. Sometimes books may not even be needed throughout the semester. And 3. The payment of college textbooks comes separately and is right after the feeling of relief of paying for the tuition. We cannot let a generation of potentially bright students stop the fulfillment of going to college to reach their dreams. The cost of textbooks should not be a concern to students and their families.